Hi everyone, and welcome to Roelto SharpCloud tip number 6. Today what we're going to do is we're going to look at the team sites. For those of you who are still on my SharpCloud, this is something that you may want to get in contact with me directly, and be more than happy to get you set up with a team site so you can experience primarily the benefits of working in a collaborative team. But one aspect of that is also being able to brand your team. So what I'm going to show you now is how we do that. Here we are on the Roelto team site, and as you can see, it's got our logo on the top left here. You can also add team partners, and just for this particular demonstration I've put another Roelto logo in. This one is the grey one, but you could have a series of partners and other business organizations that you're working and collaborating with within your team site. So for the administrator, he or she will have a link on the home page, and so you just follow the team admin link, and this will load up the team admin page. And here it is. So on here we have five tabs. The first one, the design. This basically allows you to set up the team name, give it a brief description of what it is. It also allows you to upload your logo, so as you just saw on the home page, you could see the logo that I set up, and you do that briefly just by clicking on that part there where you open your Explorer, go to where your pictures are or your logos that you would like to upload, you open, and then once you've opened that, that will be captured. And you do the same again for the team partners. Same kind of window opens up. I won't go through that all the way through. And then what you would do is you would hit the update button, and that would upload the images to your team site. One of the other things you can do also is, you notice that Roelto we have a blue writing, so we have a blue theme, but you can also choose two other ones, which is a red and a green. So usually depending on your branding or your logo, if there's a red, green or blue aspect to it, then that would be a good way of deciding which one to choose there. Let's go on to the second tab, and this tab called settings is really important, primarily for the security of your team site and the roadmaps that you and the stories that you have on there. As you can see, there are two boxes to check, and now my recommendation is you leave these unchecked for the time being while you get used to developing your stories and your strategies. But what this allows you to do is for members can share stories outside the team. So when you got this unchecked, any stories that's on the team site can only be viewed and or edited and created by the team site members. If you want to share that story outside the team, then this box needs to be checked. Okay. Now the second one, which is members can make stories public. In this instance, you can actually have a team member make a story public to anyone. So when you make this public, you could go into the SharpCloud directory, for example, and or you could go and create a unique URL which would then be posted out onto the internet for people to go and view and look at. And I'll come back a little bit more when we come on to the next tabs and in the stories. The next one is your members and invites. This basically just tells you who are members of your team site and what their roles are, and also who are the invites within your particular team site. Good habit to do is just refresh, hit the refresh here, and that will always make sure that it's up to date. And then moving on to the fourth one, going back to that, if you need to remove anyone, then this is where you remove them, is you actually delete over on this side here. Okay, and if you wish to change their role, then you click on it and you either just select whether it's an admin or administrator. In this case we'll keep John as a member. So then moving on to adding members, there's two ways of doing this. The first way is you can add their email address, and you can add multiple email address by just simply putting a comma between each of the emails. Or alternatively, go to your contacts that you may have created already within My SharpCloud or in other team sites that you might be members of for that matter, and then just simply check the ones that you would like to add. If there are team administrators, you have to do those separately so you can check that this person is a team administrator rather than just a member. Add a quick message telling them, explaining why you're inviting them, what roles you would like them to play, or if there's particular road maps, strategies, stories that you would like them to look at and comment on or participate on, then you can put that in there also. And then you just simply add to team, and that will send an invite out to them and letting them know that they are now a member of this particular team site. Then the last tab is stories. So here I'm just going to hit the refresh list, and what that will do, as you can see down the bottom here on the right hand side, is saying loading stories. This will go and get all the stories that are part of this team site. You have your name, description, who the owner is, and one of the things that you can do here is you can transfer the ownership to somebody. So if you've created a story and you then wish to pass it on to a new team member or an existing one, then you can select their name and that story will be transferred over to them. Now, coming back to what I mentioned previously in the team side, in the settings of making it public or being able to share stories outside, this is where you now decide whether you want to make that story public or to share it. So if I want to simply share this story, I would check this box. Okay, so I check that, and then that story I could then share that with people outside of the team site. The other thing that I could then do, if the other box was checked, is I can also make it public. And again, once that's done, I can now make this particular story, which is a workshop I did called Beyond Crisis. I can now make that public with anybody out there. I don't want to do that at this particular time, so I'm going to just take those off. Now, the lastly is this one here, remove from team. So if you are the owner of a story, you can actually remove your story from the team site. Now this means it's not deleted. What this means is that the story will be removed from the team site and will then be just in your My SharpCloud. So everything's maintained. You may just want to work on it privately. You just may want to change things and not do it within the team without anybody looking at it. So this is how you can do that. Okay, I think that covers everything that you need to know. Clearly, if you're out there and you want to create a bit of a team spirit, branding it will help you do that. And this is how you're doing it through the way that I've just described through the team admin. Hope that helps, and I'll look forward to speaking to you next time. Thanks very much. Bye now.